Hello, everybody. This is Dr. E. I just wanted to take a moment to tell you something or remind you of something. As the Apostle Peter would say, though you know these things, I'll still put you in remembrance. I just want to remind you and myself as well that the body speaks. The body has a voice. It talks to us. We don't need to diss the voice of the body because it's communicating. Even pain in the body is a communication from the body that something is not going right, or there's an adjustment that needs to be made, or you need to consider what you're eating or what you're drinking or the lifestyle that you're living. So pain is an expression or a voice of the body. All right. Now, thank God that at times when we do have pain, because the pain, again, is letting us know something needs to be changed. But not only pain is a voice of the body lets us know. Now, this is important because, again, the body communicates to us, like your mind and your spirit. They communicate to you for purpose. But the body lets us know when it's too hot. Oh, yeah, it'll tell you. And what do? You make changes according to what the body is communicating with you about its temperature. The body lets us know when it's cold. So what do? You see, we do something about the communication from the body. What do we do when it's cold? Well, we go wrap up. We go and get some extra clothing to put on because we're into that season right now where cold weather is coming in. And wise people start making adjustments according to the season, but particularly according to what the body is communicating. Thank God that Almighty God wired us up in such a manner where the body will talk. Not only does it let you know when it's in pain, when it's hungry, when it's cold, when it's hot or cold, but it also, my next point is, it lets us know when it's hungry. So what do? We go feed it. Now, that's a big one right there. Make sure you're feeding it the right stuff. Make sure you're giving it whole foods. Make sure that you're not feeding the body with genetically engineered products that's loaded with genetically engineered corn, soy, wheat, or any other item that's not natural. So the body is going to let you know when it's hungry. But when it does, the question is, what are you giving it? You can't just give it anything, all right? Why? Because it's going to communicate to you actually about what you gave it, good or bad. Preferably, it'll be the good stuff to the best of your knowledge, of course. And by the way, your health really does hinge upon what you know and what you apply. Applied knowledge, in other words. Your health hinges upon that, okay? So it lets you know when it's in pain, when it's hot, when it's cold, when it's hungry. It'll also let you know when it's full. I've had enough. How many times have, no doubt we all have violated the voice of the body when it comes down to that voice of I'm full, or the body indicating or expressing I'm full. That's enough. And how many times have we just kept packing it in because we love that chocolate cake or that banana pudding or that candy bar? Now, I'm not advocating candy bars, not as we know candy bars, all right? but it will let you know when it's full as well. The body will also communicate to you when it's stressed. So what do? We've got to do something about the stress when the body is communicating that. All right, we may need to chill out for a moment, take a break. In school, they used to tell us, go stand in the corner, or, something like that to wake us up. But whatever you got to do when it's communicating stress, you got to deal with the stress factor. My point is, you've got to do something about it. You can't just let the body talk and do nothing about what it's saying. Because Almighty God built in the body's ability to communicate to us so that we can work with keeping things in order, so that things don't get out of whack. And lastly, of course, the body, well, these last two things actually, excuse me. So the body will let you know also. It will tell you when it's sleepy. So what do? You prepare for sleep. All right. And I said, I literally meant that you got to prepare for sleep. Turn off the electronics at a certain time. It's recommended at least an hour before you're going to sleep or bedtime. You want to also don't eat big meals 2-3 hours before you're getting ready to go to bed. You want to back that up to at least 2 or 3 hours before sleep. Okay. But my point here is we got to prepare. We've got to listen to the body as it tells us I'm sleepy. And don't believe this stuff that the average person, it's okay to just try to make it off of 3 and 4 hours. It's not going to work. Long term, it's not going to work. Why? Because it was designed for a proper amount of rest. Now, of course, there's some people who seem to need less sleep than others. But generally, we all need to be in that window somewhere between that 7 to 8 hours of sleep on a regular basis. But my point here before going any deeper is that the body will let you know when it's sleepy. That internal alarm clock or circadian rhythm, which is like a clock, lets you know at a certain time of the night, I'm ready to go and lay down and get some rest. But then lastly, the body will let you know when it's time to wake up. It communicates. That circadian rhythm, the way our Creator wired us up, you really don't need an alarm clock. If you give it the proper food, proper rest, going to bed at a certain time. Now, I'll understand that sometimes we may, because of whatever reason, be up a little bit later than other times. But if we give it all those necessities, water, whole foods, exercise, sunlight, to name a few, when all those things have been fed into the body's empowerment, it'll let you know when it's time to wake up. God built us that way. But isn't it good to know that the body does speak, that it does communicate with us so that we can keep things in proper alignment with the wisdom of our Creator for us to take care of, promote, to protect and promote, and to empower our health. I just wanted to take this time to let you know or to remind you again, as the Apostle Peter said, though you know these things, we need to be put in remembrance because oftentimes we tend to take these things lightly. You see, I've learned this in life. What you value is valuable when you value it. Let me say that again. What you value is valuable when you value it. You got to show yourself. You got to communicate this to yourself, that my health is valuable. So I'm going to prove to myself how valuable it is by valuing it, putting principles in place, living by those principles, such as I've already mentioned. God bless you. Look forward to seeing you on another Moment with Dr. E, talking about empowering your health. God bless.